What's the ladder? What is this haptic feedback?
What up? What about haptic feedback?
It just gave it. It gave it haptic feedback or something just now. I don't know what that was.
Just calm down. Oh, Dentist Fortuna, fucking you, rat. Jesus. We're only supposed to deliver a message to Trotsky. The most adventure I was expecting was a fuck or two.
Why did you say this is not the kind of game that you would want to play?
Because I don't want to play it.
Yeah, what's your reasoning?
I don't want to play it.
I see.
Or you can also pick the new drive type, which is basically a counter to those two and seals your chakra bar. Thanks to character types, every character felt incomplete, no matter the option you picked. Especially since this is the first game of the series. We've been playing with these characters for a while, so beating them in Revolution just feels, you know, something's missing, but they did add two things.
Dentist Fortuna, you rat!
What language is that?
What's that you keep yelling, Sir Hans?
Bohemian?
Good gracious, Henry, you don't mean to tell me you don't know Latin?
My apologies, Your Grace. Unfortunately, I was too busy shoveling shit and picking turnips to find time for studying Latin.
We shall have to rectify that. I can't have an ignoramus for a personal bodyguard.
Anyway, this Alden, whatever. What does that actually mean?
Audentes Fortuna Juvat. Fortune favors the brave.
I don't doubt it. All we have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Berghoff and ride back again. Doesn't take much bravery.
Christ, Henry, don't be such a stick in the mud. Aren't you glad to be finally out of that hellhole, where we can finally enjoy some adventure, see a bit of the world, meet new women, and simply have some fun?
Sure, but you promised Johannes that you'd be as good as gold, and I'm personally responsible for your safety. Besides, Trotsky's in the middle of nowhere, so I wouldn't expect much excitement there.
God help me, my bodyguard's a monk who can't speak Latin.
Everything that we love is right here. There's just no walking around it.
Trotsky.
Instead, we must take it into a separate game mode. On that later. The basic remote
My word. That is fucking impressive. It makes Perkstein look like an outhouse. Berghoff must be made of money.
It makes excellent use of giving you player control, especially the last fight against us and going through all the different battles that these two have fought throughout generations. Seamlessly changing the version of Naruto you're playing, which completely changes your moveset, and perfectly captured not only the action, but the emotional moments too. Storm 4 was the first Naruto game that actually made me cry when credits rolled. I don't know what to say.
Well, Henry, looking forward to new adventures? Adventures that will become the stuff of legends?
Yes, said the manga. Perfectly. I can barely speak right
Well,
now.
there could be
But
more
after story
settings.
comes adventure mode and straight up ruins my mood, putting me back in that filler territory. Oh my god, I hate this. The story sucks, the gameplay is boring, basically it's a long fetch quest with some fights in between, and the free roaming somehow feels worse than before. It feels more limited. You can't even
There's
jump
no
anymore.
talking to you today. Never mind then. But why didn't Uncle Hannes take care of it himself? Unless... maybe he's just testing me.
Counter now blows the opponents away.
Aye, it does look like that. He'll hand over all the Ratai estates to you one day. So I expect he wants to be sure you won't botch it.
Of course. How could I possibly fuck it up? There are foreign armies rampaging through Bohemia. The king is in captivity, God knows where. And here we are in the middle of it all, carrying an important document. No, I intend to make the most of this trip, one way or another.
You're a bit too keen. You never know what might happen.
Henry, don't be such a lily-liver. Audentes fortuna juvat. Well, enough of the chat. Trotsky's almost within reach.
So Hans, how's it looking there in the back?
All good, Oates. Just keep your eyes on the road ahead.
Exactly. If anything in front of us even looks like it's moving, we want to know.
Keep your hair on, eh? Hold up. Eyes like a horse. I don't miss nothing.
Sir.
Should we get ready for a fight? Take it easy, Henry. They're wearing von Bergov's colours. They're from Trotsky.
Corral them! Don't let them get away!
Besides, we stand a chance against them. Don't do anything foolish, fellas. Just follow my orders.
What are you after here?
Is this usually how you greet visitors, my good man?
This is how we greet armed strangers when bandits are pillaging everywhere.
Can you not distinguish between a noble and a bandit, sir?
It's not always that straightforward these days. Who are you people?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I bear a letter for Sir Otto von Berghoff from my master, Sir Hanush of Leipa.
This is indeed the seal of the Lords of Leipa. And unless I am mistaken, Lord Hanush of Leipa is on the side of King Wenceslas.
Well,
While my master is a member of the League of Lords, who side with King Sigismund. So it would appear we are enemies.
We're not enemies. We're carrying a message with the aim of putting a stop to the hostilities.
And who are you?
Henry. From Skalitz.
Oh shit. Soldier life's nothing more than to have weapons hand where
Now, as you may have guessed, this part of the story is filler. It takes place during Naruto's training with Jiraiya before Naruto returned to Konoha. I know they never explained the scrolls hanging from Naruto's butt. They look cool, I just have no idea why they're there. The ranking of Naruto games!
Which one do you think I should do?
Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja 4. Much like Ultimate Ninja 3, this game splits story mode.
Do I want an Assassin's Creed game, Darrell?
Yeah.
Ultimate Ninja 4 was the first Naruto game that brought us Shippuden characters and story from the start.
That term means nothing nowadays.
Yeah. This is what Assassin's Creed has been replaced by. I don't know.
I served Sir Hans as a scout and tracker.
From Skalitz, you say? The one that King Sigismund's Cuman forces plundered?
And slaughtered everyone. Even so, I'm not going to Trotsky as an enemy, but as a peace envoy.
Even so, you're still strangers here, and armed strangers to boot. And as it happens, we're on the trail of just such a band, so why should I trust you?
What the fuck? Hold on.
We want to resolve conflicts, not to stir up more. That's why we're talking here. We have no intention of attacking you. You might be concerned that we're lying about who we are, but we showed you our letter with its seal. That should be enough for you, or is it not?
You don't seem like any messenger to me. More like some uppity brat. Didn't you say you were a tracker? What would you know about documents? Don't try to pull the wool over my eyes.
Don't listen to him, Captain. He's traveling with me for the first time, and evidently...
Oh no, fuck that. I ain't letting it fly, man.
Well, Henry, looking forward to new adventures? Adventures that will become the stuff of legends?
Of course I am. We'll show them what fine fellas have turned up on their doorstep.
You bet we will. We'll hand over our important message and then hop, skip to the nearest tavern. We'll drink to our success and chase some local wenches, eh? But why didn't Uncle Hanush take care of it himself? Unless, maybe he's just testing me.
Why? He must trust you not to botch it up. Otherwise, he wouldn't send you as his envoy.
Of course. How could I possibly botch it up? There are foreign armies rampaging through Bohemia. The king is in captivity, God knows where, and here we are in the middle of it all, carrying an important document. No, I intend to make the most of this trip, one way or another.
So do I. How is that? Fortuna...
Audentes fortuna juvat! See now, there's the Henry I know and love. Well, enough of the chat. Trotsky's almost within reach.
The hand! How's it looking there in the back?
All good, Oates. Just keep your eyes on the road ahead.
Exactly. If anything in front of us even looks like it's moving, we want to know.
Keep your hair on, Nick. Old Oak's got eyes like a...
It's a new fucking thing every time I open it up.
I don't miss nothing.
Sir. We're not enemies.
And who are you?
Henry. I'm Lord Capon's advisor and scribe, and now an envoy as well.
From Skalitz, you say? The one that King Sigismund's Cuman forces plundered?
And slaughtered everyone. Even so, I'm not going to Trotsky as an enemy, but as a peace envoy.
Even so, you're still strangers here, and armed strangers to boot. And as it happens, we're on the trail of just such a band, so why should I trust you?
Alright, let's see if there's a different...
We want to resolve conflicts, not to stir up more. Once more, I assure you we have no evil intentions. You can escort us to Trotsky, and everything will be explained there. That we can guarantee.
Very well.
Sorry about the cold reception. You must be cautious. These bandits create mayhem, then vanish like ghosts. We'll be on our way.
Oh, so you won't accompany us to the castle to see your lord?
Sorry, sir, we can't. Listen, you won't make it to the castle before nightfall. Sir Otto's orders are to not admit anyone after dark, especially while we're away. You'd best camp until daybreak.
I'll take your point. When back home, the last time someone let a nobleman in trouble into their castle, we had to bombard it to get him out. Is there an inn in these parts, at least?
There is one, but it's a bit of a way out, and I'm not sure your lordship would like it very much.
God! What kind of a backwater have they sent us to? I just suppose we'll just have to manage somehow. Good luck in hunting down those bandits.
Thomas, captain at Trotsky. Thank you. And sorry again. Farewell.
Farewell.
Well, this is a bit of a hold-up. What now?
Since there's no tavern within reach, we'll just bed down here for the night. The pond looks inviting, and we've got wine enough.
And what about those bandits?
Well, they're probably keeping their heads down, what with that big patrol combing the woods for them. Come on, fellas. We'll camp here on the bank. At least we can bathe. I stink almost as bad as the rest of you. And you lot are rank!
Be quiet, you three-bit hound.
Oh, stamina. I was gonna hit a horse. Will I die? Oh, what? Come on now.
Be quiet, you three-bitten hound. For Christ.
Fuck. I wasn't ready for this. I have to put on armor in the correct way? Stop.
Safe.
I bet you I'm gonna have to sharpen my sword and shit too, aren't I?
Henry! Call off that damn dog before he wolfs down
What's
the
all the
last
fuss
of our
about,
meat.
Mutt? Are you that hungry? All right, I'll see what I can get for
Kill
you.
it.
Well, hoorah! Peace at last.
If you can't kill the dog, this game is basically garbage.
It's super basic, but it took them 5 games to finally get there.
That barking was a pain in the ass.
Here you go. Take it.
What am I looking for again? Okay, hold on. It says something about tasks. Is it codex? It's cool.
Listen, would you have some scraps for a mutt?
That's a good one. He already gobbled up a piece of venison while I was having a piss. I've got one last sausage and I'll be saving that for the way back. Look, Henry, I'm fond of that beast, but you ought to keep him under control.
Should I do a side quest for my dog?
You can't. God, well, just kill the dog.
Come on, Oates. We'll get to Trotsky tomorrow, and there'll be plenty of food there. We're a noble's escort, so they're obliged to feed us well. Pheasant in wine, roast pork with apples. Those sausages of yours are only fit for a dog anyway.
For Christ's sake, stop giving me a hard time. I'll have you know that sausage is fucking good. But neither you nor your dog will get to taste it.
Wouldn't you swap it for something?
I might. Tankard has my ring. I lost it to him at dice. And if I go home without it, my old woman will send me right back. If you can get it back, I'll be glad to give you that sausage.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Come on, Conrad.
What?
Let's throw...
Where did you get the table from?
From that cave behind me. It was just lying there. So I says to myself, that's better than playing on the ground.
Have you ever been in these parts before?
No, but I know there's a village called Troskovis at the foot of the castle, and there's a tavern there. Me and Conrad will go there and fatten our purses nicely on the locals. I got the dice ready for it. If Sir Hans gives us a bit of free time, like, I must remind him.
How do you think things will end up tomorrow?
How? No ways, I reckon. Whenever someone parlays with someone about something, it takes ages.
Why do you think that?
See me and Conrad now? We can't even agree who's going to be on watch this evening. But then, I'm just a spear carrier. I ain't got the head for no noble manners. Ask Oates. He'll know more about it for sure.
Maybe in the end, Lord Capon and Von Burgov will arrive at some agreement.
Aye, maybe. We'll see.
I see you've got dice set up. Want a game?
Sure. How's about spicing it up with a little wager?
I heard you won a ring off Oates. What about that?
Fortune favours the brave, lad. But if you lose, you'll pay for everything I order in the tavern in Trotsky. All right?
The game doesn't tell you this. You have to figure it out. And by the
Well,
way, if you didn't kill every enemy in the 6 floors, the game won't let you leave the tower. Again, without telling you why you're stuck. I can't tell you how many times. So you run across the desert again. The North Tower is now open. Congratulations, here are 4 more floors full of enemies. Did I mention how much I hate combat in this game yet? Get to the 4th floor and oh, there's another lever. Let's pull it. Nothing happens. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Run across the desert once more to the South Tower. Make your way up to the 6th floor. Thank God enemies did not respawn. Turns out the door on the 6th floor.
Every time I look over, you're looking at some annoying looking explanation to the rule.
It's a fucking tutorial.
What is this, man? What?
Yeah, I'm about to gamble.
I've seen less gameplay than I have of than like
Chill
tutorials.
out, bro. Chill the fuck out.
Bro, there was a tutorial for you equipped in horse armor, Jacob. What do you mean, chill out? Horse armor. They go moo. They go moo.
No, they don't.
I've seen a horse in my life, Jacob. I know what I'm talking about.
I've ridden a horse in real life.
So?
Sponges. They have so much health, and they keep going underground, which makes killing them super annoying. And also, they kill you in 2 hits. This whole RPG system is very poorly built. The difficulty is all over the place. There's no steady difficulty ramp. It's nothing but spikes. I do like the upgrade system a bit, not as much as the board from Uzumaki Chronicles, where you would fit the jutsu, but it's fine. You can level up each jutsu individually. You can unequip and equip the jutsu you want, and if you have any leftover space, you can fill it up with attack, defense, or chakra bonuses. It's alright. Outside of that, what else is there? Oh, the cutscenes. We've played games on PSP that have looked alright. This one was very ambitious with 3D cutscenes, and they are so poorly animated. I'm talking Jump Force levels of poor animation. This Shadow Clone Jutsu Rasengan is such a great example. Faces have absolutely zero expression. I don't know what goes through their heads when choosing a soundtrack for most of these cutscenes. Like, here's the scene where Naruto learns that Gaara is dead after rescuing him from Yakatsuki. And you tell me if you think this is the right song to play during this sad moment. Uh-oh, there goes Naruto vibrating again. The best thing I can say about these cutscenes is when they are not telling the main story and you're just doing side missions, the writing is pretty good. It's a bunch of jokes usually centered around Tsunade, and a few of them actually made me laugh out loud. It's very good humor. And all the cutscenes are voice acted as well, which includes the side missions. And in side missions, you can still pick any character you want, which means they have actually recorded voice all playable characters for every mission. And that's absolutely
See whose side luck is on today.
It feels like a very complete game. There's a ton of post-game content that you unlock with Yakatsuki after the game is done. It feels like a full product, but it's a bad one, because what you unlock is more dull missions, and this combat just feels bad. So it doesn't matter how much there is, because I don't want to play any of it. This won't be a D-rank game, because it's a bad game. At least it has a lot of content, so we're going to rank it at the top of E. But geez, this feels like the most low-effort game I've ranked so far. Actually, I take that back. Ninja Council 3 is still the most low-effort thing I've played in this ranking. Then again, we're about to play Ninja Destiny 2, which is somehow 2 different games. Yeah, let me explain.
What do I fucking do?
Ninja Destiny become 2 games.
You read the tutorial.
I was just gonna play Naruto Shippuden.
It wasn't not helpful. Oh yeah. I'm glad you can open it up at any time.
Characters still have some unique combos. There aren't a lot of jutsu, which is weird for a Naruto
Bro,
game.
what?
It relies a lot on punching.
What is this, Jacob? What am I looking at? Oh my god!
Are still unblockable, which means if you time them on wake up, you'll hit your opponent every single time. That said, it's not the same as the first game. There were
Is your mind in it at all?
First of all, story mode. Story mode is no longer just 20 minutes, it's an hour long, and you can now save your progress. You don't have to play through it all in one sitting. They've also added some exploration. You can walk
Are
around
you
Konoha,
being
even though
cautious
there's really no
or
reason to do it most
cowardly?
of the time. Story mode has 2 side missions, and that's it. But whenever you leave Konoha, there's also this seemingly random maze where you
Yeah.
walk around to find the exit. And while you're doing that, you're finding new items that you can use during battle. These are the same items as the first Ninja Destiny. And you also run into generic
My
missions as you're trying
God,
to find where to go.
I'm
These are
done.
completely random encounters. They can get annoying, but they're pretty easy to clear too. Overall, it's a nice upgrade. Gives you more to do during story mode. I think it's weird that they never tried to do this with the Clash of Ninja series, which was their biggest game. They just tried it on the Nintendo DS games. Especially since during some of these exploration bits, there's some actual platforming, which from this top-down perspective, with the stiff controls this game has, is really not a great experience. Story mode covers the beginning of Naruto Shippuden. Naruto arrives at the village, saves Gaara, and then it ends when you find and fight against Sasuke. No credits song this time, which made me
Jacob, you have the tutorial. What are you, retarded? It was telling you how to play the game.
Yeah, but what button am I supposed to press? Like, it tells me I have to select scoring dice I want to keep, put them to the side to gain. Put them. Do I have to physically move them? No way, right?
I think the ones with the blue underlines are the ones you're trying to keep, right?
Yeah, but like, how do I keep them? How do I move them somewhere?
Try your touchpad. Wait, no, touchpads help. Hold X.
I tried that too.
Well, are we still playing?
Oh, wait, click that again.
What?
Click a different die now. Another one. You click some. Oh, look, you can press triangle or square now. Maybe you can only hold a certain amount of die.
Oh, a different color.
Well, you can press score and pass or hold square to continue. Wow, oh my god. What is this game?
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know?
Because Sasuke left the village, the game doesn't say why. So Tsunade comes up with a mission for him. He's got to retrieve some scrolls.
Is that
He's
not?
got to be careful because these scrolls are booby trapped. So Naruto finds the first scroll and boom, Shikamaru pops out. They fight and Shikamaru is like, my mission is done here. And you repeat this way too many times with other characters popping out. And in the end you find out that everyone was popping out of scrolls just to cheer you up. Naruto's ninja friends were just getting beaten up so Naruto could feel better. That's the story. After you're done with that little arc, you go back to Tsunade.
I don't know if I'm being successful right now. Or not.
Aye, that'll do.
Yeah, I don't understand what the different color dice is.
You know, I'm mad just watching. This isn't like Death Stranding at all.
Yeah. No, that's as far as I go. Ha ha! If I threw like that, I wouldn't play at all.
I got a headache just watching you trying to figure this out.
Ha ha! My lucky dice never fail. It's mine, friend. Tomorrow, we'll drink on Henry's coin.
That's just great.
You can never have too much ale. Want to try your luck again? Same wager.
All right, let's carry on. Now I'll show you.
I will reload this game from the beginning.
I can feel it in my bones.
Why?
I gotta win this dice game against this cunt.
You gotta win it, huh?
Yep.
For context, there are a lot of Clash of Ninja games, and we've ranked a few in the past, and others, well, we can't
Oh yeah, okay.
But I didn't want to make an exception. It's an easy to understand distinction, and if I made an exception here, I would have to consider other exceptions too. Now, some of the best Clash of Ninja games were actually only released in Japan, the most famous case perhaps being Clash of Ninja 4, which came out for the GameCube. But then when it came to the West, it was Clash of Ninja 3, and it didn't even have online. The Clash series has been good for a really long time, so why is Revolution 3 better? Because they finally took the Japanese game and just translated it and ported it to the West. It was that simple. Story mode follows the first arc of Naruto Shippuden and ends with that famous Deidara fight that everyone thinks is super hard. Took me 34 tries and even made a video with all the build ends in case you missed
Well,
it.
you're not afraid of anything.
Weren't that tough, Deidara, but you... That was really awesome to play, and that was the Guy mirror match. The CPU basically mirrors all of your inputs, so it takes some brain power to overcome it. And I thought it was really fun to figure it out. You can't just power through it, because if you try, then the CPU also tries to power through it. And it's moments like these that make this story mode really memorable. They kept the same cutscene style from Revolution 2. Everything is voiced as well, which if you compare it to previous Clash of Ninja games, is really good. But CyberConnect 2 would just blow them out of the water with Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 the following year. So by comparison, this is just okay. Also, they give you plenty of variety in fighting formats. You have the one-on-one battles, obviously, but then you also have team battles.
My God! Oh, come on!
Fresh and fun. The whole thing is about 2 hours long, and after that, the game kind of sucks. You look at your roster, and you barely unlocked anyone, and that's because they went back to unlocking characters in the store. You need to buy most characters, and grinding the currency to do it is an absolute pain. There are a few game modes that you can play. You have score attack, time attack, survival, which are all basically just fighting against the CPU and beating them as best as you can. Then you also have Kumite, which is where you fight against a bunch of weaker enemies, but this game mode barely gives you any currency, so it's really bad for unlocking characters. Character prices may vary, but to unlock the cheapest characters, you would need around 17 battles, and for some of the most expensive, we're talking 60 battles or even more. Now, do that for a total of 30 characters or so. It's a massive chore. If you have a friend to play with, I can see it being okay. You just learn the characters you have and practice while unlocking new ones, but even then, these prices are way too high. This simply wasn't the way to do progression. And all that stuff is going to weigh in on the final rank, but this is a fighting
If I
game,
was
so
you,
what
I'd
matters
take it.
most is the actual fighting. Unlike the previous games, you can now turn off boxes and transitions from the menu, eliminating those random factors, making it an even more competitive game. And the game also features a few new systems. You've got a few new options on wake up, like the wake up kick or substitution. You have the explosive kunai, which were actually in Revolution 2, but since there was no online there, they really started shining in this game. Some characters don't even use Y cancels anymore to extend combos. They use explosive kunai. Every character now has a comeback mechanic when they reach low health, and it's character specific. Some gain new moves, others stop spending chakra for some of their specials or supers. They may gain armor. There's really a lot, and it all helps make each character more unique. And despite having this new mechanic on top, this is the most balanced roster a Clash of Ninja game has ever seen. The community that still plays this agrees that this roster is still balanced nowadays, with a couple of exceptions. Deidara is very strong, Kiba is banned, and Kurenai is way too weak. That's 3 characters out of a roster of 30 in a game that's been played for over 10 years now. That's super important. Every character also gets an air throw now. They all have multiple different properties, and a lot of their moves spend chakra, even if they're not supers, which forces you to be a lot more mindful of when to use moves. All of these changes
My lucky dice never fail.
You
It's
win?
mine, friend.
now when some people haven't stopped playing it for 10 years.
Ha! You didn't. Ah!
Characters can do these hand signs that either buff their attack or recover chakra. This is a mechanic that is exclusive to beat modes and the nunchuck. If you're not playing with those, you simply don't have a way to do this. It's not like it's a super button mechanic for unlocking an extra move behind specific
Henry! Whistle at that mutt of yours to stop barking!
Story mode from Revolution 2 was a nice step up, with the option to remove box stage transitions, allowing the combat to shine. With online play and a bunch of new mechanics, this easily becomes the best Naruto fighting game in our ranking. That said, it's lacking in content, even though it has a few game modes. They're all just fighting against the CPU, and the grind to unlock the characters is just not fun at all. Besides, they still have some issues with hitboxes. I guess that's the Clash of Ninja curse. We're gonna give it the A rank, but not ahead of Storm 3 or 4. The story mode and production quality and graphics will be games ahead, but if you ask me,
My man, I gotta pee.
Oh.
I'll probably stay up a bit. There's a stream on to watch at 6 a.m.
Come here! What's all the fuss about, Mutt? Are you that hungry? All right, I'll see what I can get for you.
Well, hoorah! Peace at last. That... Parking was a pain in the ass.
AXOLOTL.
Free.
I don't remember. Did we ever watch all the Gravity Fall together?
I remember watching all of it, definitely.
Do you know these parts?
A little.
So you've been in...
Not Trotsky.
Ah.
No doubt. And besides...
Do you know why we're going to Trotsky?
For some big political part.
Yeah, of course.
Not really, but bear in mind that we need and the royal...
To tell the truth, do you think our...
Nothing to what?
You're a bit sure of your...
Well, this ain't my first...
We might even just...
Peace? I don't know. But I hope there's...
Do you
some
remember
the main
enough?
thing is in it.
Remember what?
All those shows that we used to watch that you stopped watching for some reason, like Mike Tyson and Community.
Look out!
Do I know where we left off?
No, do you, like, why did you stop watching them with me?
Oh, I don't know. Just didn't.
Listen, would you have...
That's a good one. I've got one look and...
Listen, if you give me that, they'll surely serve us up some real delicacy.
You might be right. After all, you're a... All right, then. Here's your sausage. And don't forget about me tomorrow. My favourite is boar meat with rose hips.
Come here. Here, Mutt. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Conrad.
You silly
What?
doggy.
Let's throw a few dice.
For the love of God. How many times do I have to tell you?
Run.
I ain't playing with you.
Why not?
Because you cheat.
I do not.
Oh? And how come you always win then, eh?
That's an easy one. I always win, 'cause you always lose.
Ha ha. Very droll.
Where did you get the table from?
From it was so
Have you ever...
no, but if I'm
How'd you...
how no when
Why'd you...
see but then ask. I will.
What cave?
Come on,
Oh, you can't jump in this game? I remember. It's circle.
God. How many times do I have to tell you? I ain't playing with you.
Why not?
Well then, Henry.
Because you cheat.
Henry. Oh, that was a tight...
It looked for a while like we'd be charging.
I must say, I wasn't expecting that...
Yeah, I could tell.
But we managed the situation all right in the end. He even apologised to us. If Hannah had seen it, maybe he'd finally stop treating me like a child, eh?
Well, I don't know. When I look at you, well... Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Kiss my arse. And by the way, since you're here, how about stretching our limbs a bit? After that long journey. With a bit of swordplay.
You're in the mood for that after riding so long?
Certainly. So then, eh? Eh?
All right then. Just a bit of swordplay for the hell of it? Or shall we have a wager?
Let's save the wagers for later.
Oh, you afraid?
Keep the biting remarks to yourself. You've got armor on, so just grab your helmet. Here's a practice sword for you. Have that ready too.
Tankers. There'll be time enough for the tavern after we deliver the letter.
I keep my buttons.
So,
Ready? Let's start. Draw your sword.
hang on. This time, I'll take the lead.
I just can't wait.
Let's get warmed up. I'll attack you a few times. You defend.
Go ahead. Impress me. Is that the best you've got? I didn't even work up a sweat.
Oh, you will soon enough. A foe in plate armor has to be worn down.
Let's see it then. Attack properly now. A longer sequence. Enough!
Now you're warmed up, eh?
Yeah. But you're pretty winded yourself. While you're attacking, you still have to take care you have strength left to defend.
Save the advice and try it yourself.
Gladly. On guard. That's the way. Nice. Good. Good.
Oh, that's enough. No one's ever won a duel just by blocking. You've got to make an opening to strike back. And you do that by means of a perfect block.
Perfect block, eh? You've become a real swordsman.
Start your attack then.
Pretty good. Nice, Henry. Try blocking later. Not like that. You mustn't block so soon. Nice. But what about a riposte? Reckon you can manage that?
Why wouldn't I? Nothing to it. I just follow up a perfect block immediately with a strike. I'll show you.
Get ready. Sweet. Too fast for you, am I? Block it. Good, Henry. Well, you're not as good as Captain Bernard, but that wasn't bad.
Be sure to remember, if someone gives you a riposte, you can still fend it off with a perfect block. And it's best to follow up right away with your own riposte.
Yeah, right. But what if I want to attack in such a way that you can't make a perfect block?
Then it's best to attack at a spot where your opponent isn't covered. Where he's not holding his weapon. You defend, and I'll show you how.
All right. Come on then. Ha! Got ya. We're too slow. Nice. Nice work, Henry. All right. I get it. For Christ's sake. Enough demonstrations and explanations.
Let's have one training duel to finish up, eh?
Indeed. And let's have a wager to spice things up. How about 100 groschen?
100? How about 200? Are you feeling confident or not?
Fine, 200. On guard. Off to a good start.
Oh, blocked them.
You haven't got a hope.
Back up.
Oh, you haven't got a hope.
Why can I not do that twice?
Put up a fight at least. up a fight at least.
Go for it!
And you're supposed to be my bodyguard. And you've had it. I say the victor is clear.
Nope.
Huh?
Nothing.
I was laying in front of my fan, so I
Come
think
here. What's all the fuss about, what? Are you that hungry? All right, I'll see what I can get for you. Look out! Well, listen, that's, I've got one look.
Oh my god,
Listen,
it's so stupid. Yeah.
You know, so you not no, and be. Do you for something? Yeah, not very weenie. And I think I've nothing here a bit. Well, we might be, but the man.
So dumb. What the hell was that?
For the love of God. How many times do I have to tell you? I have playing with you. Why not? Because you cheat. And how come you always win then, eh?
Thank you, sir. I top fade, tight on the sides, line it up.
You are a regular here.
No one gets it right like Clarence.
Wow, look at all these great ball guy up. Never.
Thank you, sir. I top fade, tight on the sides, line it up.
You are a regular here.
No one gets it right like Clarence.
Wow, look at all these great ball guy objects. I think my head could rock the Michael Jordan on the top. Around the sides, gotta be the big rings.
One little
Yes,
game.
sir. I
One
top.
little
Never
game.
help a snake to shed unless it has excess skin over the eyes or its nose. I was out diving with something. You want updates every minute on Mr. Chunky Face, the fish that can't swim? I can't do that, but I am going to give you guys an update today. So I have been feeding him more and more of the antibiotic medicated flake feed. And the good thing is that he is eating, and he has no, resistance to eating. If I hold the food near his face, he'll eat it up. If I hold him up like a little log, like a little vacuum, and put him on the ground, he'll scoop the food up, which is good because fish at a terminal state typically not want to eat. But the fact that he's eating means that, he's doing good. It's just that there's a physical internal issue with that swim bladder. It could be popped. It could just simply be deflated. There could be some air in there, but not enough. He might just need to eat some and let some air get into his system for him to reinflate it. Or the most probable thing is that he's just going to continue to stay on the ground and not make it, and eventually probably have to be euthanized. That's the most likely thing that's going to happen here, if I'm being honest. A lot of people are saying I should make a flotation
I'll
device
attack you a
for
few
him,
times.
and I know you see
defend.
viral videos
Go
online
ahead.
of like a goldfish being supported by a flotation device, but they never do an update video like a year later to see how they're doing.
You will
why
soon
that is?
enough.
That's
A
because
foe in
it just
plate armor
rubs
has
the
to be
slime
worn
coat
down.
completely off and results in just long-term hefty suffering for the goldfish. If this fish cannot naturally, regain its ability to swim, it will just have a very poor suffering quality of life. It will have to be euthanized.
Now you're warmed up, eh?
With some of these fancies.
Yeah. But you're pretty winded yourself while you're attacking. You still have to take care you have strength left to defend.
Save your voice and try it yourself.
Gladly. On guard. Good.
Lobster caviar.
That's the way. Nice. Don't get so close to me. Good. That's the way.
That's enough. No one's ever won a duel just by blocking. You've got to make an opening to strike back. And you do that by means of a perfect block.
Perfect block, eh? You've become a real swordsman.
A group of beavers has outperformed their government and completed a project in 2 days that administrators have been planning for the last 7 years, while officials in the Czech Republic were still wading through paperwork and permits for a $1 million dam project. About 8 beavers took matters into their own paws. The government had spent years planning to fix an old
wouldn't
drainage
I?
system that
Nothing
was
to it.
drying out important
I just
wetlands.
follow up a
While the
perfect
beavers
block
were just looking for the
immediately with a
perfect
strike.
spot to create the
I'll
deep
show you.
water that they need for protection from predators. Without a single meeting,
have to
blueprint,
follow up
or
with a
taxpayer
strike.
dollar, the industrious colony built several dams over the course of 2 days in the exact location that the government had been planning to build theirs. Local
Strike
officials
back
had to admit
after
that
the
they've been
block.
outdone, with one administrator stating the beavers overtook us, and they built the dams without any project documentation, saving the people over $1.2 million or nearly 30 million Czech crowns. Environmental experts inspected
Be
the
sure
site
to
and
remember,
confirmed that the work was
if someone
actually
gives you
better
a
than their
report,
original
you can
plans,
still
noting
fend it
that
off with
beavers
a
always
perfect
know
block.
best, and the
And it's
places
best to
where they
follow
build
up
dams
right
are
away
always
with your own
chosen
report.
perfectly. With the new
Yeah,
natural dams,
right.
the wetlands are
But what
thriving,
if I went
providing
to attack
perfect
in such
homes
a
for
way that
rare
you
crayfish.
can't
Remember how I told you guys Mr.
Then it's
Green
best
might...
to attack at a spot where your opponent isn't covered.
Remember how...
Where he's not holding his weapon. You defend, and I'll show you how.
All right. Come on then.
Ah,
Nice work, Henry. Good report. All right. I get it. For my sake. Enough demonstrations and explanation.
Let's have one training duel to finish up, eh?
Indeed. And let's have a wager to spice things up. How about 100 Russian?
And they do have a little fan service there because some characters can do combo jutsu. And again, not many do, so it really is just a little bit of fan service. You'll still have doors or obstacles that are locked and only
100?
certain characters can open them.
How about 200?
Which means that if you
Are you feeling confident or not?
Fine, 200. On guard.
Collectibles are important because they unlock new characters, which can be some
The
really
first hit.
playable characters. And that helps diversify the gameplay a little bit, but not that much because they don't play that differently from one another. Ninja Castle 2 European version still is the one that did character uniqueness the best, where each character really played differently.
Huh.
They do have different movement speeds, jump heights, and unique jutsu.
Only $18,000 for the Louis Vuitton lobster. What the fuck did I just say?
From this era, once you finish it, you unlock Sasuke, who is Omega Busted. Just moves faster, jumps higher, has armor jutsu, deals more damage, you know, the usual. And it wouldn't be a Ninja Castle game without an absolute gem in the soundtrack. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the music that plays in the main menu. Now, to be fair, I did enjoy most of the tracks in this game. The soundtrack wasn't bad at all, but it always needs to have that one track that is just like, what were they thinking? Anyway, this is the 6th Ninja Council game, and it still feels like they've been recycling enemies from other games. They're still fighting wolves and birds.
That one hit the
levels.
spot.
When you reach Orochimaru's hideout, you have a boss fight against fucking lobsters. Lobsters, dude. You could have done so much with Orochimaru's hideout, but lobsters. Look, I don't want to downplay this too much, so let's recognize what it does well. Being able to switch characters is cool. It allows you to manage your health between your members, and sometimes use unique abilities to skip some parts of the level. There are some unique story mode characters, like when Naruto awakens his Nine-Tails chakra and fights against Orochimaru in a boss fight that's pretty much the same as all other boss fights against ninja characters. After playing through a level that's not that different from anything they've done in the past 6 games, and so when they do become different, they are worse than ever before, and so annoying to complete. And then they make you repeat some of them to unlock new characters. I don't, it's a bad game. You're right. Let's put it above Ninja Destiny 2, though. In reality, this game is not that different from Ninja Castle 4, which is a full rank build, but I really do feel like the level design of this one is a lot better. And I also think it's fair to be exhausted of this formula when they have been doing the same thing for 6 games now. 6 very bad games. Let's move on to something that's a bit better, hopefully. It is the much anticipated Dragon Blade.
Raven's got a home.
Did you know that I streamed this whole game on Twitch? Since I finished the games before I ranked them, I figured, hey, why not stream a couple of them? And I actually stream every weekday on twitch.tv/Vlogku. Go ahead and give me a follow if you'd like to catch the next Naruto game. Naruto Shippuden Dragon Blade Chronicles. I've been reading people's reactions from back in 2009 when the game came out. It was universally hated. This game is the definition of a cash grab, and I completely agree, but also, I found it pretty entertaining. There are 2 types of bad games for me. The ones that are just boring or frustrating. It's just an overall bad time. And then we have the games that are so bad that they actually make you laugh and end up being pretty entertaining. Like, what's this animation, Naruto? Wait, guys, Rock Lee's coming in. Look at his leaf hurricane. Dragon Blade Chronicles is a 3D action-adventure game, which is not very common in Naruto games. It feels like Tommy looked at the success of Free Roaming in Storm, Broken Bond, Rise of a Ninja, and said,
And you've had it. I say the victor is clear. I'll get my winnings from you later.
Time to make a full game? Do we have any action games in production? Well, we have Like the dragon of the mythic mountain, which is almost ready, sir. Perfect. Scrap that and make that an
who
Arto game.
won, gentlemen?
That's obvious, isn't it?
Explain a lot.
Henry learned a lesson or two, and I won out there. At least I'll have someone to buy me drinks in the tavern. It was almost like that time in Rattime.
Like the Rasengan and stuff that he never learned, like fireballs. In fact, maybe it's because they had to fit Naruto into this whole different game
True.
with its pre-built
Only I won
systems
that
they came
time.
up with a story
Your
of a girl
bow
that goes to the Leaf
came in
Village
very
to
handy
ask for help
afterwards.
because her
You were
brother is making dragons
unbelievably
evil
lucky,
to wipe out the
beating me
world or
after just
something,
one
but
day
these
of training.
dragons are in a mountain
True,
where you can't
I
use
wasn't in my best
chakra
form that
unless
day.
you wear these awesome
He had a
dragon
drink or
outfits.
two
And thanks to these dragon
Oh,
outfits, they can now
what's
use
this
chakra
food
again and
supposed
equip
to be?
scrolls and do
What's left
everything
of
the
our
previous team had
supplies?
planned.
Tomorrow
Genius.
we'll be
The
at
reason
the
for giving
castle,
characters these
and
outfits
we'll
is
get
silly.
some
They could've
decent
just,
grub.
let
If
them
you
use
told
chakra
us
in the
earlier,
mountain.
I
I mean,
could
they
have
end
shot
up
a
doing it
hare.
anyway. But
And
I'll
you
say
could
these
have cooked
outfits,
it like they did in
really
the
cool.
tavern
Given the
the day
Akatsuki
before
wears them,
yesterday.
they're great
That
redesigns and
tavern where
probably
you
the
drank
best
away
thing
all
to
your
come out of
coin?
this game. The game structure is pretty
You've got to have
straightforward. You go
some
through a level with some combat
And then you tried it on with the innkeeper's daughter when you were shit-faced.
which with these
She was
controls,
pretty.
yikes. It's a
A
fixed
real
camera, which is
feat.
sometimes not
Admit
ideal
it.
for these
Only a
platforming
fella
sections,
was
but at
there.
the end of each level, you have a dragon to defeat. After which, you swap to Sasuke, goes through roughly the same level, and it repeats until you get to the final dragon boss. And also fight this kid's brother, whose name is Kuroma. That's kind of unfortunate. At this time, no one knew the real name of the Ninetales, which is
And I had to drag you out of that tavern before everyone pounced on us.
And he had his work cut out. You wasn't having it much.
Now, if you was able to court the lasses like me, maybe you wouldn't have started screeching. I can't say I'm surprised. Just imagine it, fellas. You're a fair mate. Your lovely lot falling on your shoulders. No thought of wicked. And then Tankard's fat head appears before you with his crooked mouth. And he says, "Where's the shit, oh my pretty?"
It's hard to tell how close an enemy is sometimes, and your air options are so limited, and these freaking beams are everywhere.
I've got nothing to regret.
So annoying
The
to fight.
whole
Boss
world
fights are cool,
turns
though.
around
All the
wenches.
dragons and
Ain't that
the
right,
Akatsuki
Henry?
members provide unique boss
You
fight
never
moments.
gave
You
us
even
the
have a
goods
fight
on that
against the
lass of
Ninetale
yours.
Phantom
What was
Fox,
her name
but I
now?
do wish these bosses
Teresa.
had health bars.
She lived with that crook Peshek at the mill.
And she saved my life.
A brave girl.
She's a fine lass. And is she any good? Like, is she any good? Get me?
She loves it. So overall, it doesn't sound like a game that deserved all the hate it got back then until I discovered that it was a full-priced game and that it's 5 hours long.
She's brave.
No replay value. And even though it was
She
just
saved my life when I went back to Scalus after it was raised to bury my parents. And a bunch of mercenaries attacked me. And that's all I'll say.
just run like absolute garbage. Even the level design was flawed. For instance, close to the start, you have this blue wall.
You know,
You cannot break this wall
this
until you
travelling
defeat
isn't
the
too
first
bad.
boss, which is the water dragon. Makes sense. Water dragon, blue wall.
Apart from the
Okay, let's get the thing
mosquitoes.
from the water dragon
Aye.
to break the blue wall. Problem is, once
Apart
you
from
defeat
that.
the water dragon, there's no way to return here. This is not a free roaming open
Where
world
were
sandbox.
you yesterday
Once you're
evening,
done with
Henry?
level 1,
You
you're
were
moving
late to
level
supper.
2, and
That's
that's
not what I
it.
call
So that
watching
wall
over
is
our
level
Lord.
forever. I will
Hey,
say, even though
don't
this
make
was
trouble.
definitely a cash grab, the game's different levels, unique boss fights, and okay gameplay made it at least entertaining. And I would be angry too if I paid full price for a 5-hour game that felt recycled and ran terribly at times. But overall, I was pretty entertained by the whole thing. So I have a really hard time
Mutt
playing
caught a
this bad game,
scent,
especially
ran off into the woods and wouldn't come back.
And what was it?
There was a footpath there with some derelict house at the end. Mutt was standing outside, barking like crazy. There was nothing inside but mouldy furniture and some burnt bones. So I calmed the poor pup down, and we came back to the camp.
He don't seem like no poor pup to me, especially after the way he came barking at me today.
And what about, time, sir? I mean, will we be getting any time off, sir? Well, it depends. Once Von Berghoff hears us out, we should set off back home immediately. What? Straight back on the road? Well,
It's a pretty good one at that. The game has a light and a strong attack, but the strong attack changes with
does anyone know anything more about Von
characters a
Berghoff?
launcher that they can follow up with an air combo, a side launcher that throws the opponent into a corner, and the down
Only
strong
what Sir
attack
Hans
is
told
usually
us,
some
that
unique
Von
attack for the
Berghoff is a
character
big
like
cheese in the royal court. That's why we're going to negotiate an alliance with him.
You summed that up nicely. But yes, that's how it is. He's the Royal Chamberlain. You fellas will never meet a more important noble than him.
I heard he insists on having the finest swords, and that he's got a big collection of all kinds of swords and daggers.
Collecting them ain't the same as knowing how to use them.
Is he any good at sword fighting? It ain't nothing easy to learn.
God, their eyes, bro.
And you can spam supers until you run out of meter. This is pretty much how you beat the hardest CPU fights, but in a real match you can actually use your mobility to get away from them and time waste a bit. Movement wise, you have a double jump, you can air dash, so you can totally instant air dash like an anime fighter. So even that part of the game feels good, but you might be thinking combos in a Naruto game? Can't the opponent just spam substitution and get out of it? No.
Proper one. When you take a mason, a nice chunk of metal, you know one good blow will do the job. No dancing around in circles. Smash.
Right. I feel like a king when I got a nice big cudgel.
I'm surprised you didn't say a sword, since you never stop going on about the sword. It's fantastic.
That sword is the only reminder I had of Pa. We forged it together, just before he was slain. Well, that's another matter. Suppose you've heard enough of that.
Well,
No, it's all right.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Ishvan's shoes if you ever come face to face with him again. What? The Redzig ain't dead though. Enough. Otherwise we'll be here for hours again hearing how Martin the Smith raised him even though Radzig is his real father. It's complicated. Leave it at that.
Who helped me tomorrow with getting supplies for the journey back?
We rolled dice for it, and I won, so Conrad goes.
What are you on about? Enough. Oh, you're no fun at all. There'll be a feast at the castle tomorrow, so forget about supplies.
Anyone for another helping? There's plenty left. Maybe even a bit for morning.
No thanks. I must wash myself down a bit.
My words exactly. We can't turn up at Trotsky tomorrow in this state.
The roster size is very decent for a Nintendo DS game, especially since every character has a unique moveset. They don't just change specials. All of their strong attacks have different properties. For instance,
Fellas, come and help us get out of
Are
here.
you really going to play this, You don't look none too serious.
Oh my god.
For Sage mode, I have never seen them as playable characters. And there's one more game mode, which is the special missions. Each character has a bingo book, and each mission gives
we're not
you
on a trip to the baths here,
Once
Sir
you fill
Hans.
up a line or the entire thing,
Henry's
the character
right,
gets a new
sir.
ability. And this ability is
Duty
something you
first,
can replace
fun
with your
later.
jutsu
Odds
on the
wounds.
touchscreen. These
I've been
abilities
away
can
from
be
Ratto
jutsu
in
or simply
ages.
buffs. So there's even some character customization here. The missions have some special conditions. Sometimes you need to defeat an opponent without using normal attacks. Sometimes you gotta collect items. Sometimes you gotta survive in a pitch black stage. There are some cool game modes here, but honestly not enough variety for the
Blasted
number of
iron
missions and characters the
shirt.
game asks you to clear. Even just doing the first character, I saw duplicate missions immediately. But if you want to sit through the gauntlet and unlock everything, you can expect to spend hours in this game mode. But I wouldn't say it has that much content, since a lot of the missions are duplicates. I really just want to play this game in multiplayer. Some stages are a bit lame, but the fighting system itself is so much fun. That said, a fighting game like this needs a practice mode where we can explore the full potential
Will
of
I
each
ever
character
live
and
to
maybe
see
even
his
try out
young
different
lordship
builds. That's something I
finally
definitely
grow
missed
up?
with this title. And although I love
He's
that
got
each
a good
character
heart,
plays
but he
differently,
doesn't
you
have
can
the
definitely
sense that
feel
he
that
was
some
born
are
with.
just more powerful than others. Not sure how
Well,
much
responsibility will catch up with him soon enough, though.
I never thought I'd say this about
There's
a
no
Ninja Council
chance of
game,
me
but I'm
becoming
ranking
a
this
monk.
at C. And that's putting it above a bunch of Ultima Ninjas and a couple of Storm and Clash of Ninja games. But that's just how much I liked it. This game is a little gem that perhaps didn't get the recognition it deserved. And after that nice surprise, it's time
Fit
for
or a king?
disappointment. We'll be right back. Next time someone accuses me of clickbait, I'm gonna say, well, it's still not as bad as what Bandai did to the entirety of
You're
Japan.
right about
Let
our
me break it
stance.
down for you. The PlayStation 2 Ultimate Ninja
Let's
games
hope
were
this
called
water isn't
Ultimate
too
Ninja
cold.
in Japan.
You
That's
wouldn't
how
want
the
your
first
pride
three
and
games
joy
were called. When we
shrinking.
get to Ultimate Ninja 4, the games went from
I'm more
Naruto
worried
to
about it
Naruto
being
Shippuden,
TP.
and in Japan, those games changed tile too.
Come
From
on.
Naruto Hero to Naruto Accident. So Ultimate Ninja 4 was Accident, and Ultimate Ninja 5 was Accident 2. So far, so good. This game we're going to review today was called Axel 3 in Japan, which would be the same as calling it Ultimate Ninja 6 over here in the West. But let me tell you, this is not a sequel to Ultimate Ninja 5. Ultimate Ninja Heroes 3 takes a lot of the Heroes 2 formula, giving you a board with different squares, each one of
Let's
with
go
an
to them.
event for you to clear in order to
So
progress the
Hans,
story.
shut
So
up
as you
and
can
let's
clearly
go.
see, there's no open world,
Quietly.
there's no free roaming in
We
the
don't want them to
combat
spot
system.
us.
Even though it has some new stuff, it is not an evolution from Ultimate Ninja 5. So this definitely does not feel like a sequel to that. Biggest clickbait I've ever seen in my life, and this one costs you money. I mean, even for a sequel to Heroes 2, they cut a lot of stuff off, because these squares are basically just battles or side-scrolling levels. The side-scrolling levels are definitely new, and we'll talk more about them, but what happened to the tree climbing minigames, or the poses, or the same as calling it Ultimate Ninja 6 over here in the West? Well, let me tell you, this is not a sequel to Ultimate Ninja 5. Ultimate Ninja Heroes, the first 3 games were called. When we get to Ultimate Ninja 4, the games went from Naruto to Naruto Shippuden, and in Japan, those games changed title too, from Narutime to Hero to Narutime to Accident. So Ultimate Ninja 4 was Accident, and Ultimate Ninja 5 was Accident 2. So far, so good. This game we're going to review today was called Axel 3 in Japan, which would be the same as calling it Ultimate Ninja 6 over here in the West. But let me tell you, this is not a sequel to Ultimate Ninja 5. Ultimate Ninja Heroes 3 takes a lot of the Heroes 2 formula, giving you a board with different squares, each one of them with an event for you to clear in order to progress the story. So as you can clearly see, there's no open world, there's no free roaming in the combat system. Even though it has some new stuff, it is not an evolution from Ultimate Ninja 5. So this definitely does not feel like a sequel to that. Biggest clickbait I've ever seen in my life, and this one costs you money. I mean, even for a sequel to Heroes 2, they cut a lot of stuff off, because these squares are basically just battles or side-scrolling levels. The side-scrolling levels are definitely new, and we'll talk more about them, but what happened to the tree climbing minigames, or the poses, or the quizzes? All that stuff that was in Heroes 2 was scrapped, and progressing through these levels is actually repetitive as hell. Something that those minigames could have helped with. The side-scrolling levels feel novel at the very least. It's something we've never been able to enjoy in an Ultimate Ninja game. There are usually different objectives. Sometimes you gotta defeat opponents, others you have to destroy objects, and others you just gotta get to the finish line. It's a novel concept that I appreciated for the variety it brought to these levels, because without them, it would just be a series of battles, and this game would be even more boring. But that novelty also wears out pretty fast, especially when they make you play the exact same level over and over. There actually aren't that many side-scrolling levels. The game just makes you repeat them a bunch of times. That said, this is the first time on a PSP Ultimate Ninja that we're actually playing the Naruto Shippuden story, and the game covers a decent chunk of Shippuden, going from Naruto returning to the village all the way to his fight against Kakuto. And that's when the game just couldn't resist and introduces you to a filler arc. In typical Naruto filler fashion, this group of villains has a vendetta against Konoha, and through some mysterious jutsu that we just made up on the spot, they're gonna summon a demon that looks like a tree and suck the entire village's chakra.
I've got to do something. Stay down, for fuck's sake.
Not bad. I'm impressed. Now it's your turn. I don't know about that.
Actually, Sonic's voice actor in the entire game is voiced in Japanese and English, but for some reason changing it to English during the filler arcs just makes it funnier for me and eases my suffering. And to be fair, if it wasn't for this filler, we wouldn't have a single boss fight in the entire game. And you guys already know what Naruto's gonna do. He's gonna clean his clock. Yeah, I still don't know what that means. And when we finally take down the boss, we roll credits, and there's still 2 chapters remaining. We get to play as Sasuke now, putting his team together. We're gonna form up Heavy and Anton Itachi, aren't we? Nope, you form Heavy and you play the filler again, but this time from Sasuke's perspective. And let me tell you, it doesn't change much. But then the final chapter finally has Sasuke chasing Itachi, and he finds him, and
Maybe
you
something
fight.
got away.
But turns out that was just a warm-up. Itachi says, we'll finish this later, and credits roll. What the hell just happened? They didn't even finish the arc. Why introduce it at all? Now, there's a lot of fighting in this story,
What
so
the
we
fuck
gotta
are
talk
you
about the
doing?
battle system and how it changed.
Hey!
This whole game seems to have been
Hands up,
built
or you
with a
brute!
feature in mind.
What the hell's going on here? Let her go, you pig!
Most of the missions to extract
Lost
you
it with
play
them.
like some other player, but as you can imagine, that's
You
not
couldn't
the
just leave it
easiest
be, could you?
nowadays.
Come on!
I think the combat system was one of the worst things to this change. The controls have become clunkier. You can now run past opponents in battle, completely missing attacks, and even attack the opposite side, because the game features a lot of 2v1 and 2v2 encounters. So they made it more flexible on where you want to attack, because you might have an opponent on each side. But in this battle system, that just results in a lot of attacks going where you don't want them to go. They remove the grab, which had never been done in Ultimate Ninja, precisely because if you hold back and attack, you attack towards the opposite side. And I think that just makes the game worse. You've got even more busted hitboxes on characters like
What are you gaping at? Shoot!
Ultimate Ninja games were party games, and I've made my peace with that. There was a time
Don't just stand there, you idiot! After them! Go on the fence!
ranking of Naruto games, looking back at Ultimate Ninjas, that's completely changed my mind
learn to swim.
Just now.
Fucking armor. Come on! We'll cut them off on the other side. Oh, launch it quick!
Mott.
What the fuck was that, Henry? You're rescuing a damsel in distress.
I'm done with running.
Oh, really? And what exactly do you call... You've been hit.
What?
We can't leave it like this.
No, wait! Wait!
Ah! Oh! We've got to flee. Can you walk?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready. Ah!
Lead the way.
You pull yourself together. We've got to vanish.
Oh my god. Oh no.
What?
This guy's apartment.
There's someone in front of us. Down.
Why does it keep getting darker? Where's the exit? I swear to fucking God, if he opens up to another hallway.
You, watch the middle of the guard. And keep your eyes peeled.
Go around.
You two, go up there. Get a move on.
Wait, oh, he was going into the
You
apartment.
watch this side of the rock.
Oh God.
And you, go for the fun. There's inconvenience rooms to the other side of the farm. I want to know. So come back, give me a full report. Footprints, blood trail,
He'll see us. We'll have to wait.
get to work.
This is horrifying.
We've got to get to that tree trunk up ahead. Quiet. There's more of them up top. Fuck.
I played dice against Lefty yesterday. You watched his steps. They tried to swim across the pond. Why are we moving down instead of being high up? There's a chance these ships won't dare see the foliage.
No, fuck. They're in front of us. Quick, into the rocks.
Find them! Kurva! They're fleeing into the rock! Hurry! Run around! We'll catch them at the top!
What now?
Hey? Hans!
They're
There's
here!
more of
Keep
them up
cover.
top.
Run ahead of them! Where now, for fuck's sake? Come here. Damn it, they're everywhere.
What are we gonna do?
How should I know? We can't go climbing into the rocks at night when we can't see shit.
But they'll catch us.
Oh, you don't say, genius.
Calm down, for fuck's sake.
Stop it. This isn't going to help us. You know what? Go and look into that gorge behind me and see if there's a way forward. Then come back to me. At least we'll know if it makes sense to go that way. If we can get out of the rocks. I'll stay here meanwhile and watch out for them.
There's a path, but through fissures. Oh, there's no other way to go anyway. Hans won't be too happy when I tell him.
Where are they? I don't know. They must have come this way, damn it. If only that bloody idiot Nails hadn't broken his leg climbing down the cliff. He was trying to catch up with him. Aye, but he shouldn't have jumped down in the dark. You keep watch here, and I'll go and push through. Give me a shout if you see them. Aye. When the others get here, we're moving from both sides. And send someone after me, too. Got it. Go to hell! Alert! Alert!
Hans! Hey, Hans! Oh, where is he? Oh, this looks like a way out. Hans!
Here. Oh, God, we found each other. I didn't manage to warn you when those soldiers popped up in front of me. I only just avoided being seen, and I only found my way out of those bloody rocks a while ago. Ah! Hurry!
Where's Capon? He must have fled from them through the other gorge. I have to find him. Oh, where is he? Oh, this looks like a way out. Hans!
Here! Oh, God, we found each other. I didn't manage to warn you when those soldiers popped up in front of me.
Show what you're made of! Back off, boy.
There's a path, but through fissures. Oh, there's no other way to go anyway. Hans won't be too happy when I tell him.
Here! Oh, God, we found each other. I didn't manage to warn you when those soldiers popped up in front of me. I only just avoided being seen, and I only found my way out of those bloody rocks a while ago. Hurry! We'll climb...
Now you're gonna get it! Fucking hell!
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house. If you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists. We did a fine job. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits. Like keeping your head on your shoulders.
Pa.
Ah, come now. I was the one who raised you, but you know how things really are.
Am I dead?
Not yet. I'm dead, though.
If I'm not, then how come...
You chose a different path than I wanted for you. And maybe that's how it was meant to be. But once you've chosen the path of adventure, you have to fight. You have to fight till the bitter end, with all the strength you can muster. You still have a long way to go till your work is done, Henry. So pull yourself together and wake up. It's not over yet.
For the love of God, wake up. Pull yourself together, Henry. Oh, Christ. Oh, I thought you were done for.
Where am I?
Well, you dropped out of the sky like a shot-down hawk. And that fella landed with you. You broke your fall nicely, otherwise you'd have ended up the same as him.
What are you wearing?
Well, you won't be needing it. We can't be running naked through the woods. And if you're capable of running at all...
Now, where's Mutt?
I've no idea. Just don't worry about your dog. He can look after himself. Like, we've got to disappear. Like, come on, I'll help you up. How are you holding up?
Not good.
Fuck you.
I feel like it's all up for me.
Just hang in there, damn it. As long as you talk, I know you're hanging in there. Henry, what are you staring at?
They're here. Sigismund's army.
The only army here is the one-man army of Sahan's Cape. Jesus, don't do this to me. Pull yourself together and let's go. We have to go.
But the gate is closed.
Don't worry, my name will open any gate. Fuck.
slaughtering everyone. They'll kill us.
Christ, Henry, stop yelling and move your ass.
Bianca.
Come on.
Father?
Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle.
Henry.
Hurry. And what about you?
Are you mad?
My mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what
Come
I
on.
say right now. Give the sword to Sir Robert.
Christ's sake.
Anything happens, he'll take
Come
it
on! Oh, you can hardly stand, damn it. But we'll make it together. You'll see. Henry, focus. Henry, pull yourself together. Please. There's nobody here. You're just imagining things.
Run.
No. Don't give in to it. Hang in there.
Look.
We'll make it together. You'll see. You're a warrior. You can do this. It's all right, Henry. I've got you. Just a little further. Henry. Wake up.
The linden tree. Just like Father always wanted.
No, we can't stop.
And Pa. Dead. They're all dead.
But we aren't yet. Henry, a light. Look.
I see it.
We've got to go.
I see the light.
Hold on. Hold on. We.
Pavlena, is it you?
Greetings, good wife. Fear not. We mean you no harm. My friend needs help. Please.
Right. I'll see what I can do for him. Let's have a look at you. It's all right.
My parents,
That was just a dream, Henry. We're in the woods. We were ambushed, but don't worry. We'll get you fixed up right as rain.
Now I've got you, whore sons.
Think again, strong.
Hey, lad. Are you alive, lad?
It's storming pretty bad. I probably should turn off my PlayStation.
It's starting pretty bad for me too. The whole house was shaking.
Hey, mine was shaking too. My computer's not plugged into the server. I'm probably trying to plug that off. Storm wasn't even forecast.
After the scallops, they burned it to the ground.
Yeah, I might as well. Alright, I'm gonna plug it. I'll be back. Maybe.
They attacked without warning.
Don't do it.
Get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
I am Sir Marquardt von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia.
Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother?
I ain't your ma, laddie. Oh, may all the saints be praised. I was afraid you'd never wake up again.
What? Where am I?
Where would you be? Here in my cabin, where you and that pal of yours burst in last night. Slowly, lad. Slowly.
What happened? What about Hans?
He's taken care of for now, but he was on the edge there for a bit. And so were you, lad, so calm yourself. Last night you were 1 foot in the grave already. You were lucky you happened to turn up here.
Well, I have to talk to Hans.
You won't get much out of him now. He's lost a lot of blood and he has a fever.
What happened to him?
That cutthroat that followed you fellas cut him up bad. Hans was fighting him outside, then he came staggering in, said something about Fortuna, and collapsed on the floor.
And what about that cutthroat?
You can go out and have a look at him. Hans gave him a right hammering. I didn't get a wink of sleep with that corpse in my yard.
I understand. I'm sorry we caused you such trouble. But you'll save Hans, won't you?
God willing. Well, I managed to pull you out of death's grip, so maybe I'll be blessed again. I'll go check on him as soon as I'm done with you. How are you feeling?
There's no part of me that doesn't hurt. Inside and out. Mostly my shoulder where I took an arrow.
Little wonder, then. But you're conscious and talking. That's a good sign. Ah, your shoulder is looking a lot better. I did my best, but I don't see good no more, especially at night. So I didn't do the best job. It just wouldn't stop bleeding. And now you've moved about, it started up again. Take this and bandage it up. Not much else we can do with it now.
Thanks. I reckon I can manage that. But I need to get a breath of fresh air to clear my head.
You slept through half of God's bright day, lad. So, if you feel up to it, go ahead. At least we'll see how steady you are on your feet. While you're at it, you can stop by the trough and wash all that nasty grime off of yourself. I found an old tunic. Put it on so you don't catch a chill. It gets cold here by the water. No doubt you'll be famished and need a bite to eat. There's some hot soup in the pot on the fire. If that ain't enough, I put some bread and cheese on the table outside for you. And you'll find some of our home-brewed liquor there, too, in case you need bucking up. Don't overdo it, though.
I won't. Thanks a lot. May God reward you 1,000-fold. What's your name, by the way?
Bushenna's my name.
I'm Henry.
I know. Hans told me. I'll go and check on him. When you're done with everything, come and see me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Damn! This wound is still bleeding. I better bandage it up quick before I bleed out. That's really good. So good I wouldn't say no to some more. Aye. True bliss is a full belly. Seems Bujana isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here.
This'll be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sir Hans.
Oh, what?
Ah, I feel like a new man.
I won't have to change them till evening.
I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet, or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
Easy as pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Christ wounds. Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up. Sage has a purple blossom, and chamomile has white petals with a yellow center. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious, too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here, anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good. But don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again. Says I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
I've seen fellas in worse.
Damn, his shoulder still hurts like hell. Purple flower. Sage. There we go. That's it. Chamomile.
Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's?
Spit it out, crone. What fucking happened here, and how come Boris is dead?
There's that piece of shit!
Don't try my temper, crone.
Prepare to fight!
Ah!
Show your stuff! Send my greetings to the devil! You can't run from...
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's?
Don't try my temper, crone. It wasn't a broken neck that killed him. His head caved in and he bled like a stuck pig. Who killed him?
Seems Bujana isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here. This'll be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sir Hans. Aye, true bliss is a full belly. Hans, can you hear me, friend? Christ.
His breathing's pretty weak.
In the end, you
but
bore
it's
the brunt for
regular.
both of us. May all the saints watch over you. And over Bajana, too. Ah, I feel like a new man. I did what you asked.
And it could serve.
Well,
Well,
is there...
you owe him all right. I've got a bit, but I cut the best you ought.
All right.
Say, at the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there.
Great.
All right. I'll be glad seeing him lying there gives me...
I understand. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere.
The Lord be praised. Do you...
Not to worry. I wouldn't want you to...
Well...
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be... When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in... And when you're done with that...
True.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again. Says I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. Shit. My shoulder. This bastard's hard work. He can't be in the ground soon enough. Damn, his shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain. That's it. Chamomile. Purple flower. Sage. There we go.
Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
What's that dog making such a fuss about?
Could something have happened at Bajena's?
What do you know about it? We're from Lord von Berghoff, and we're looking for those murderers. Lord von Berghoff is reinforcing his garrison on account of them renegades that are wandering around here. We're new. For Christ's sake, woman, stop annoying me with your endless fucking questions. I'm the one asking the questions. And when I say we're from Berghoff, then we're from fucking Berghoff. Tell me, how come there's all these bloody rags here, eh? Spit it out. The blood's not even dry. Now, isn't that a coincidence? Right at the time when we're looking for two battered murderers around here. Out with the truth, you old hag, or we'll torch the whole place under your feet. We'll see about that. Now move! I'll have a look inside.
There's a fellow from Dukhoff lying there with...
Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you. Lord von Berghoff sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
You're from Lord von Berghoff? You don't look like it.
Kulva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Berghoff, then we're from fucking von Berghoff. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to Cold Steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
Do you think I'm a fool? I know a robber when I see one. There's been lots of you types in these parts recently, and the fellas from the village are well pissed off. So get lost and don't come back, or we'll take our axes to you.
Easy there. We're no robbers, we're just carrying out orders. We've had a look round here, so we can be on our way again.
That's all I need. Getting mixed up in all sorts of nonsense at my age.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Sorry. I reckon it was one of those who followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trotsky to deliver a message from Sir Hanush of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord Bombergov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond. And you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them.
Sure. No need for thanks. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds, and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
All right, I'll try. I'm not sure how to do it.
I told you, I'll explain everything. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it. First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction, and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench, and we'll start. If you've read the recipe, get back to the bench. All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe. What did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit. Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling. To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked. Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand. All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron. Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass, so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again. Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames. All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Gerald, this is unbelievable, man.
Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in. Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
Here it is.
Ooh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Hans? He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
Pa, without a doubt. I hope his soul and Ma's find peace.
Dreaming of a dead parent is confusing. It could mean you cling too much to the past, and you ought to find a new path. But I think it's a good thing he's more important to you than that murderer.
Thanks, Pavlina. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Look who's finally up. Henry, come and join us. Good morning, Henry. You have no idea how
Look at
glad
the
I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you, too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Well...
And I?
I made it. And when...
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes...
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
Ah, it's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanosh as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
Ah, but you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
To Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by sub...
Under the cloak of dark...
And we almost succeeded.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail, whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zhelioth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you. For your journey.
Oh, Bajana, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger, or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma. Got held up in Troskowitz.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know, but I was going past and I thought I'd try to sell some baskets there. And I succeeded.
Emmerich won't be happy.
Then you shouldn't sell so deep. Here, he charges nearly twice as much as we do, so it's no wonder folk...
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I...
What about the rest of our company?
You saw for yourself, but you're right, we shouldn't just leave. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial, and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way. I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! You know who I am?
No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir? There's a horseman approaching, in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
Getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me! No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
The first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Rattay?
To Rattay? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
A laughing stock? We were outnumbered by a gang of bandits.
Yes, and how come they got away with it? Because we camped at that fucking pond. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Rattay with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
It's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for.
If I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word. That's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Doesn't half taste good today.
Nicely settled.
Not a chance. I've got that much work at the mill, I could use an extra pair of hands myself.
Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers
Wait a moment. I'll be right out.
Once you got through...
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we as it happens.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
What are you playing at, woman? We were attacked by bandits. They killed a lot of people and groped you. If it wasn't for me...
Then what? I'm telling you, I wasn't at any pond. Blimey! I've had lots of men try to woo me with tall stories, but this is the most pathetic attempt yet.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the King's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out. If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them band. Like it or not, you can't pay. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Skalitz.
Never heard of it. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life. But I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes. When rich folks get married, that's a feast.
Will Lord von Burgov?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are?
Who is this?
Can't you tell by the name? Old Jan Samin is the head of the family. There used to be a rich family.
Where's the wedding?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of a young Svarta there. He's the bride's brother.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Aye, coming right up.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Burgov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Burgov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like people will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I'm as if the disgrace at the gate.
Look, we're not in any position to pick and choose. So if you want to somehow scrape your way out of this mess, you better forget your airs and graces and make some effort. A bit of honest work won't kill you.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's Oratoris, Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit, and Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones. Now, so if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
So, which do I be?
Good. But it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handsome.
I'd rather forget.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labour, in pure blood, in short, be so kind of...
Are you really not going to help?
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about... I simply...
They say clothes make...
What do you know? It's not long since I had... And if I had... I mean it, Henry.
Suit yourself. So...
That is a...
So...
It's not a pro...
So...
Come now, Henry.
So...
It's not a pro...
Right.
Well, if... But above all, Once we're out, as soon as we have at least... Although...
How generous.
I know.
Look out! Oof! That isn't half heavy. Oh.
Jesus Christ, be praised.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time. What's that? Ah, so you're doing that. Right then. And what can I get for you?
Right. Listen to this. Ei incumbit probatio, qui...
Blessings to you.
Christ! What's
Is
the
that
hold
supposed
up?
to be Latin? Clever you. Do you know what it means?
No.
I'll have a
Did
bit
you
of
hear
everything
about
right
what?
The burden of proof is on the one who declares, not on the one who denies.
What did I?
What did you say?
Say it again. It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
There's no point in this. Let's leave.
I'd do what your pal says if I were you. Get lost before something happens to you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Some typhoid.
Christ! No! Shit! Shame on you! Nice strike! Let him have it!
Take that fucker out! Damn it!
No!
Good! Nice hit!
Show your stuff!
Fucking...
Slice him up!
You're no match for us,
You're facing
fucker.
a nobleman, so make an effort!
Let him have it!
Why is everyone attacking this for?
Got you! Show what you made!
Yeah! Don't spare him!
Let him have it!
Hey! Get it!
You shouldn't have fought with us, you bastard!
I'll beat you, so bloody bomb!
Zeig, was du drauf hast!
The next blow will send you to hell! Nice strike!
Los! Werden dich ausnehmen! Piece of shit!
What the hell? Oh, you behave like a... You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since, and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it?
Fuck off!
Shut up! You'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
I was just defending you. Should I have let that fop beat you senseless?
I only wanted him to apologize. I'd expect my right-hand man to argue my case a bit better.
What do you think I was trying to do? We should have made ourselves scarce. None of that would have happened.
Oh, aye. Typical you, running away like a coward. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Oh, and our little prince knows all about it, doesn't he? You only left your uncle's a week ago. All you've known up to now is a tavern on Rat-Eye Green.
Now you've gone too far. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
That's enough. Don't you fucking realise how badly you've been wronging me all this time? I bend over backwards for you. I tolerate all your stupid fucking whims. And what do I get? Insults and accusations. But right from the start, you acted like you were on some nobleman's outing. All you cared about was whoring and boozing. You know full well the ambush was your fault, and now you're kicking out so you don't have to admit it.
What do you...
But let me finish. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth like you, but unlike you, I'd have managed to deliver that message. That's because I'm responsible and know how to behave in a way that doesn't make me feel ashamed. In a way that would make my parents proud of me.
Which parents do you mean? Radzig?
Aye, Radzig, let's say. Nobody could be proud of you, Capon. Nobody.
We'll see who's proud of who.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
Ocelotto.
Hey! Over Bogo!
Oh, shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks, or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. Alright, off you go.
I suppose I
Henry?
really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
Hey, you! Aye, aye. You're in the right place. Over here.
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece, like Tomcat always said.
Hey, you.
What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
Where are you headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work. To the city. I'm tired of Sir. They all promise the moon, but with the city folk...
You're something like...
Nah. I usually find work with...
Then why are you...
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary, but I'd like to go somewhere. But on the whole, you could say I'm a
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people.
I'd like to see what their homes...
You can go and see them, just don't...
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something.
Don't get your hopes up.
You mean they hire...
You said you were going to a city?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there.
Aha.
Well, but I won't be troubling her long. Just...
Why exactly...
Why? I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I...
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman.
Do you think Tomcat...
No offense, but...
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a...
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know.
How does he show...
With his muscles. He ricks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Do you know where I might find accommodation?
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to pay.
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again. Got any other ideas?
If you find some work, maybe you'll get a place to sleep too.
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semi. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son...
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. Oh, damn. I could use a horse. It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it'll be faster with a horse.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Though, I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semin.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed. Although, that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind?
brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armor?
I could use some armor. Proper, like, for a knight. And no rusty junk.
And you are like a knight?
Well, yeah. I don't look so good. But I swear I came here in armor, sword at my side, and on a horse.
Wow. And where is your armor, sword, and horse now?
That's a long story. And it's not a happy tale.
Well, you can hardly buy new armor now, but you might find something in the town hall armory. Although you'll need quick hands.
Thanks. These'll come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
I really need something.
I can see that. Save up for some.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
God be with you.
See you later. Farewell.
Ah, greetings, friend.
God be with you.
Look out!
God bless you. Are you blind?
I'd like to buy something.
If it's a tradesman you're after, your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. You know.
I'd like to report an ambush.
That's a serious matter.
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle.
It's a long story. My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making... If you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord... I'm sorry, but until then...
Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory.
I can't help you with that.
I need to speak...
With the royal chain?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague.
And where do I find...
Where do you think?
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do? I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
What's new in the
I heard some Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Zhelyevites. Will they never cut it out? They're bicker. And now he said...
What do you mean, more?
That we found someone buried here. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that now someone's stealing
cabbage.
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been... Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. What's new in the...
I was just visiting. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field.
What do you mean, more?
That we found... I've been...
What's new?
Nothing special. It's peaceful here, and the war has avoided us so far, thank God. Just here and there a brawl in the... Well, that's how it was until recently.
And what happened?
What do you think? It started with that nomadic riffraff, and then the wolves started to come in from the forests on account of the poach. Oh, and then our master chamberlain, Ulrich. Oh my god. But that's no business of yours, understand?
I understand. That's your business, Bailiff.
Hail. How can I help you?
What do you have for...
Master Scribe?
What do you want?
I just came to see if you're working.
What does it look like?
Well, it looks to me that instead of writing, you're just scribbling nonsense.
They're called letters, and that's exactly what I'm paid to do.
Ah, carry on then.
Why is it open?
I hope you weren't planning on breaking in here.